The world is going to change probably quite a lot in the next 5 to 10 years. Um, we are going to see the results of a change in the balance of power that's comparable to the advent of the cheaper rifle and how that enabled anti-colonial forces in the 1800s and early 1900s to take their power back from the large industrialized nations of European colonial powers. And today we are seeing another paradigm shift, which is the additive manufacturing of robotics. And the kind of forward of that was seen in Ukraine when a much smaller former colony of Russia has been able to not only stop the former imperial master of Russia from recolonizing their land, but start turning the tide and probably will kick it out unless Russia finally admits that it has lost the war. And we are seeing this in Iran right now, where the I would say imperialist USA is not any longer able to exert influence in a way that it previously has, and is not able to affect regime change, and is definitely having its military assets destroyed by cheaper systems that are well beyond the price range. And my prediction is that the same will happen for Israel in Lebanon, and also several other theaters in Africa. Well, already we are seeing the Russian Wagner group being forced to retreat from Mali, and so now that this change has happened, these additive manufacturing techniques, locally manufactured drones, and they are sourceable through underground networks, all the moving parts that they need, and everything can be manufactured on spot by 3D printers. And the electronics is programmable, so all the powers that used to not have this possibility of programming their own AI systems will have it now. And now what has to change, but hasn't yet changed, is the balance of power on the ground. So like we had the advent of the cheap rifle and decolonization as a result, now we have the advent of cheap robotic weapons, which will enable also decolonization in new regions, and we will have the rise of perhaps new middle powers, and then as a result the next 5 to 10 years is going to be probably quite tumultuous. The balance of power has shifted, yet the old structures of power have not, and it will take some time for those two to start aligning again.